This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. Last time we left off ranking the Hannah Montana 2 songs. Yeah. I'll get into like a video ranking the albums too, as well, you know, when I do collect them all. Yeah, we left off with this one. Now we're on to this one. Yeah, this is Karaoke that Walmart sent me. This CD, I was expecting the season 3 soundtrack, but it ended up being the Karaoke series. But I guess good enough to do this video just to rank the songs, because I already have them written down in album order. Now, that's where we left off at, and now we're into this one. Yeah. First, you know, I want to talk about how Hannah Montana, the character itself, matured. How she matured with her songwriting. I know the songs were written for her, but I guess maturing as an artist, I'll say. Her voice obviously is different compared to this. This one, you know, more polished, more higher pitched, but you know, this one, Hannah sang more aggressively on this album. This album, she sang more edgier, especially on We Got the Party, you know. You know, she obviously lost her voice, which actually happened to her. So I feel like season 3, that's when she's like, okay, I gotta really think about how to protect my voice. And yeah, I think it's just because when you sing the way she does, and then with the way she was maturing, and the way, you know, she was traveling a lot, you know, doing the tour in London and everything like that. And in season 2, she was, you know, getting out there into the scenery more, if that makes sense. That's why season 2 was peak year for Hannah. And she, you know, yeah, she was trying to find her voice. Yeah, she was really trying to find her voice on this one. It obviously, you know, she lost her voice, like I mentioned, and then, you know, season 3, she, you know, obviously was sings with more of a huskier tone, and most of those the songs in this one, the songs, you know, the lyric format was different than that one. And then this one here, this is peak year, right? So season 2 is peak year, and season 3 is the most important one for her growth and maturity as an artist. And yeah, the album cover obviously is different than this. The inside, yeah, it's this background with this picture of her right here. I do prefer this picture a lot more, as this looks more album cover-esque. You know, I just look at, you know, her facial expressions say a lot about how much she enjoyed doing music and enjoyed herself, and how excited she was. You can just see the excitement and the enthusiasm in her facial expressions. Like, Hannah Montana, how famous was she? Very famous. You know, obviously, you know, her brand, her name is branded, obviously, and that's why the fame, not so much because, oh, she's like the best singer ever. I don't think Hannah Montana is the best singer ever, but not saying she's a bad singer. That's not what I said. Not the best singer ever, but man, she really built up her fame, and they put a lot into Hannah Montana to make her what she was. in season 3, they really did a complete overhaul of her wardrobe, and they changed the theme song. They did the movie mixed version of The Best of Both Worlds, and that's when you starting to see the show and the character get rebranded into something different. Whether if that's good or bad, I don't know, but I enjoyed season 3 a lot. There's things that you learned about the characters on season 3. I know we're not talking about the show, but season 3 altogether, the show and this, very important to the catalog of Hannah Montana. And yeah, she was more of a mature artist this season. So yeah, we're gonna get into ranking the songs, though. The songs formats are different. They are more mature. So yeah, start off with what is based on my view and my opinion of her songs. Every artist has their strong songs, and some of them, and artists have their weaker ones. It just Hannah Montana is no exception to that. Yeah, she may have a lot of great songs, but there are some that I care for more than others. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and also, it's like you notice that her looks, are different too. I forgot to mention that. See, the wig, her hair got cut off about right here. So it's like I've always noticed what's the difference between season 2 and 3? It looks like they took a couple of inches off, about right there, and made it look like this. See here, it's more they got her hair looking more flowy and everything like that. That's why one side is on her shoulder and the other side is not. Yeah. They always did the best designs. Obviously it's a plain white in the background of this one, because it really goes with what she's wearing here. But yeah, very interesting, how they did everything to change how she looks. Season 3 is my favorite Hannah Montana look. Say what you want about how they cut it. It looks okay. It does look okay. But, but you see the direction that we're going. So, yeah, anyways. Yeah, that's that. So, yeah, let's rank her songs. First, we got... Or I got He Could Be the One. So, this is going from 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Yeah, so ranking from the 10th song all the way to the first. I got ranked higher up. So yeah, the first one I started off with is He Could Be the One. The lyrics kind of don't suit me as much. Because, obviously what she's talking about in that song, it's a different type of love song that she's done, but, I enjoy listening to it, but the lyrics are different. Singing about the guy that she likes, and something told her in her heart, and told her that the guy could be the one for her. Just the lyrics are a little bit cheesy for me. A little cheese, Obviously, they did stay away from the cringiness, though, which I'm glad that, Hannah Montana doesn't have any cringy songs where you're I cannot listen to that. I'm glad that the songwriting stayed away from that, but I'm not saying that He Could Be the One is cringy, but it's just cheesy, more the cheesier side, because of the lyrics, just, are just different for me. I guess that's why I feel a certain kind of way about it. Who knows? I might change my mind about this song. And again, it's all about perspective and your own opinion. If we were a movie, that one's yeah, okay, not the original. This is the one with Corbin Bleu in it. I have that one there because it doesn't belong in season 3. It belongs in season 1. If they were going to release 2 different versions of I Want to Know You, and why would you release If We Were a Movie separately? I don't really understand that one. Why they waited until season 3 for, I think that's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. It's obviously not her fault. It's how Disney did it. Disney did everything their way. They didn't care about your way. It was their way or no way. Everything about Hannah Montana was based on how they wanted her to be. The way they wanted things to get done, and then they tried to, the live performances, people complain, is Hannah Montana lip syncing? Is she really singing live? I believe that she is singing live with the recorded track covering it. What we see on TV was probably the track over the live performance. And the only way to know if she was performing live is to be there. But that's what I believe. That's what they did. I believe she did sing live. It just they have the track just covering up. I don't know why they did that to her. It would have been amazing to hear what she sounded like live. I know the Best of Both Worlds tour heard her live, and she wasn't bad, actually. I just wonder why Disney always did that. Every single Hannah Montana performance. Well, just about, though. You'd hear the original track being played over her performing the actual song. Like the DC games. It's like at times you can hear her actually sing, and then at times they'll put the track over that. It just, that's what they did with her. It's like, and then season 3, they actually let her sing live a lot more. You could hear more of a live performance than covered up tracks. And they're covered up by the original track. Yeah, I don't know how I got off talking about this, but that's what I noticed about that. Yeah, I guess that started off me saying that controlling what they, all about the control that Disney wants, and when things were released, when things are, they dictated that. I just really hated the fact that this song came out, this version came out, season 3. We waited so long for that. That's the version that fans always wanted. The camera was like, ugh. Yeah, that's the version we always wanted. Because we've seen him a couple of times. In the early part of Hannah Montana, he played Johnny, but, we're all on this date together, and then the pilot episode, he was on those 2. Well, we didn't see much of him, really, though. After that, I don't, as far as I know. That's at number 9, number 8 is Just a Girl. It's an empowering track, but I don't think it's as empowering as I Don't Want to Be Torn and Every Part of Me. Mixed Up. Yeah, that one's okay too, but this one, it's different for me. I don't see it, in my opinion, as a very strong, catchy track. I guess you expect that in every Hannah Montana song. I guess I'm just speaking like a, like one of the earlier fans that don't want anything to change. I don't know if that's how I'm coming off as. on that one, but but that's it's the if it ain't broke, don't fix it method. Just stay who you are. I'm not saying that she had characteristic issues with that song, though, but just not as catchy. If this song was not as catchy for me, probably for some people it is, but for me it's not. That's number 8. And then number 7, it's Mixed Up. Yeah, Mixed Up is and for me, it's not a catchy song. Like, I don't think it's as catchy, I should say that. For me, not as catchy, not as, as a song. Like, it's the first Hannah song that pops in my mind. It's definitely not the first Hannah Montana song that pops into my mind, though, when I want to listen to her. But, if it comes on, I'll leave it on. She has unskippable songs, though. Yeah, when it comes on the album, I'm like, yeah, it's good lyrically. I like what she talks about in that song, which is not very catchy. Yeah, when you just go looking for it like that. That's at number 7. Yeah, that's number 7. Yeah. Number 6, I Want to Know You, featuring David Archuleta. Yeah, that I Want to Know You, the David Archuleta version is, I left the other one off of here. It's the same song, except it's, a re-release featuring another artist. It's the same one. So it's I'm not, you could debate whether why would you remove the other one when it's like, oh, no, it's because it's the same song, technically, so, that's why I don't put the other one on here. And then, you notice that, Let's Do This and, or Let's Get Crazy are left off of this because of the, it was released on the Season 2 album. Or Season 2 album, what the hell am I talking about? It was released in those 2 songs were released in the movie soundtrack, and I count those songs as on that album because that one came out before this. So, yeah, mixed up here. No pun intended. Mixed up, right? Yeah. Yeah, I Want to Know You. That's a good, solid, nostalgic track. It reminds me so much of One in a Million. Just as the, it's a music video. Like One in a Million is a music video too. Where you go through all the things where you wanted to know the person better, and you see a future and want a history with them too. So you can sit back and say to yourself, I thought so. That's what what Hannah and David are talking about in the song. They kind of intertwine on the choruses. They'll harmonize together with more harmonized vocals added on. Yeah. The actual music video of this song is very touching. She regrets letting someone down. She's like, David, I cannot do this. I gotta go make myself up to this guy that I turned down at prom. Because Miley, was trying to date the guy and, take the guy to the prom. That was where the song is from. and I forgot the name of the episode, but yeah, that to put that in a nutshell, yeah, it's a very touching song, one in a million, similar to that. You never thought where you would be with that person. You never thought that person would care about you. And now, it's like, I think they're polar opposites of one another. The music videos of these songs and in the episodes make it more touching. It just gives you another perspective on Hannah's character. Hannah's character is really showing up in those music videos during the episodes. I think that's cool. And then, yeah, that one at number 6. At number 5, Supergirl, very upbeat. That song is her talking about I don't know how you describe this one. This one is more about her trying to explain to you, hey, you want to be just like me? Make you want to be just like me, living like a rock star? Cover of every magazine to be Supergirl or whatever, right? And she's trying to make an emphasis on it. It's not easy being who I am as an artist that I am. All the pressure that's put on me. So you think you want to be just like me, huh? All right. Super hot, super cool, living like a rock star. You think it's cool, but then it's like it's not. You don't want what you think you want. You think you want to put on the blonde wig. You think you want to put on these clothes and perform. It's all that. And wait until you're in my shoes. It's what she's talking about. It's a deeper song than the type of tempo the song suggests. It's an up-tempo song. So obviously the lyrics are deeper. It's kind of like The Other Side of Me in a way. It's like, people, just look at me as a regular person. Yeah, this is just like, kind of like that song in a way. Yeah, it's a tempo change. It goes up to this heavy rock drums on the choruses. Then the verses and the bridge, they bring it back down, bring it back up. The tempo change is perfect in that song, though. It comes in at the right moment. Then after the bridge, it cranks right back up. That's what makes a Supergirl a very unique song, though. The lyrics, are deep. The beat really takes away how deep that song is. For how deep that song really is. Because you had kids listening, you didn't want it to be another sappy kind of song. Well, she made it fun, though, even though that she's talking about something very deep. Yeah, number 4, what do I have here? I have Ice Cream Freeze there. That's a Hannah. Again, this really shows how great Hannah really is in her unique style of her own thing. Everything is her own thing. Like in Ice Cream Freeze is her own dance that she made up. Right. Every other artist has come up with a lot of dance, but that song. Yeah. Sorry for the glare on this one. That's why I'm having to pick it up. Yeah, that song has got something else that you've never heard in a Hannah Montana song before. It's like, yeah, she has those upbeat songs, yeah, but But this song is more of her own dance that she made up. Like the hoedown, throwdown. This is Hannah Montana version of that. It just kind of reminds me of it, and then the beat is just so steady. It's the same rhythm the entire time. The beat is kind of similar to The Other Side of Me. It's just, in terms of in the pocket, though, just staying right within it. The drummer just keeps up the same beat the whole time. If you ever saw the live performance, it's a very in the pocket rhythmic song. But now her dance anthem is not something you expect from Hannah Montana. That was very cool. She came up with the Sugarfoot kind of dance too. It's like she had this is a metaphorical song, obviously. Yeah, because using Ice Cream Freeze and then the Snow Cone Slide and everything else. Wordplay again. See that's what she does. She does wordplay with the songs. Turns into boom. Let's turn it into this. Let's turn the song into a dance. Let's come up with something different. It's just very unique. She's a very unique artist in that sense, though. Her intelligence really shows up in that too. They thought she was too small to be Hannah Montana. They thought that, but she may be small, but her fame is really big, though. Her fame is really big. That's number 4, Ice Cream Freeze, though. Nonetheless, at number 3, All Right Here. All Right Here is... Yeah, see, that song reminds me of We Got the Party. It's... You'd be wishing you were here if you were there. It's kind of like she's Dr. Seussing us a little bit in that song, but... Oh yeah, and We Got the Party is like kind of the same thing. Kicking it together, so good to be free, where it speaks on the same volumes of that. In terms of hang out, party, and all that stuff. With friends, see, Hannah's songs were not clubbing, let's get drunk songs. When she did have party anthems, her party anthems were different. They were more about hanging out than anything else. So obviously she's a teenager. She's reaching a certain audience, though, in terms of that, like, pumping up the party, is a get-together one, too. Yeah, so, yeah, I just think the song really compares to that one, though. It's a classic Hannah Montana anthem. It just goes along with the Hannah Montana Anthemized catalog, metaphors used in that song. Yeah, we're kind of like different metaphors, like in, see, this song here, a Rockstar by Hannah Montana. That one is where, the metaphors, the wordplay, it's kind of like in It's All Right Here, that song is, yeah, they're pretty much all kind of like that, but, it's like, that is something creative that she knew how to do with the lyrics, is, choose the desert or the sea, which way of life do you want to choose? And that's what I'm talking about. That's where her creativity comes in. It is just amazing. And that song, though, that it's the first track on the album, so it really kicks it off. Like, We Got the Party is starts off the Hannah Montana 2 CD as well. You got the heavier song starting it off, and then yeah, that's cool. How she's able to do that with songs like that. And that's number 3, and then every part of me. Yeah, see with that one's got some really, it's a catchy, it's got a catchy chorus in it. That's what you expect in a Hannah Montana song, is the catchy choruses. That one has got that mixed up, really doesn't have that. Yeah, That's a Girl really doesn't have that. This one is more of that than anything else. Yeah. Maybe I'll never be who I was before. Maybe who I am today ain't so far from me yesterday. Can I find a way to be every part of me? Talking about herself as a person. She's talking about herself as a person, not as an artist there. Yeah, that's what Hannah's doing there. She's talking about herself as a person. Maybe maybe I am a different person. What's wrong with that? I don't think she's really criticizing the person who she was. She's happy where she's at. That she's not the old person that she was. But she says, "But I never thought I'd feel this way. Always wanted to be where I am today, but never thought I'd feel this way." Just deep in her feelings as a person, you know. Never thought where she'd be at, you know. Yeah, it's just amazing. I thought you said it was easy listening to your heart. Thought you said I'd be okay. So why am I breaking apart? And listening to all that advice, what she thought was easy, she's finding out that it's not so easy. You know, she's finding herself as a person, but she's not criticizing the person that she is now. She's telling the person, "Hey, look, I'm never going to be who I was. I'm me now. This is me." All right. That's that. She's literally talking about in that song. Yeah, Don't Want to Be Torn is number 1. It's my favorite song of the album. I don't really have a reason for why it is. It just is. And I guess that one is like basically having a connection to it, I guess. The songs that you hold closer to it is always your favorites, you know. And Nobody's Perfect is my top favorite Hannah Montana song. The Imperfections of the Human Ways. And of course, a song like that holds closer to your heart because you can connect with it. She's talking about a general audience. Like, this song is like, I guess, connecting with it closer. I don't know. I won't explain it from a personal level or anything like that, but I think Hannah Montana is more than just a character. She's an artist. Her music lives on. Season 3 was very important to the Hannah Montana catalog. Season 3 was very important. I just look at her beyond a character on the TV show. I think of her as her own person too. You know, she was an artist of her own, and you know that's how I look at her, as an artist of her own. Miley was an artist of her own too. That Hannah really, her character matured, though. It really did. The format of the episodes in season 3 got more deeper, sort of the song. So yeah, not just season 2. You know, this one, you know, this one and this one really showed her as a different artist. Like, this is the middle. And these 2 albums were belly of the beast, I guess, if that makes sense. Like these albums had the meat part to her character, though these two right here are just Hannah Montana 2 and 3 are the most important albums to her catalog. She found herself as doing different things with lyrics since season 2. Right here, she had her, she went in a different direction with the ballads, especially Make Some Noise was a random Hannah Montana ballad, though. She never had a ballad on season 1, of course, but season 2, Make Some Noise was the start of her maturing process, I guess, as an artist. That obviously is showing signs of the maturity of the character, though. Yeah, she wanted to sing to the fans on that one. That's why these two albums are very important to the catalog, because these two showed a different side of her. These two albums, and they were very important. And that's just how I feel about it, but yeah, then here, she had more of a mature voice. Here, she learned more about her voice here. She did different things with it. She, wanted to sing harder and louder, and that's what caused her to lose her voice, and then she had to learn how to regain vocal control, and that's why on this album she sounds more mature. This is where she could control her vocals a little bit more than here. Yeah, so yeah, that's season 2 is my favorite album, though. Season 3 is it's my second favorite from Hannah Montana. These, these two, oh man, these two albums are top notch for me. So yeah. Well, that was it there. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about there. But very important albums, for sure. There'll be more to come other than that. There will be more videos coming with this kind of stuff. That'll be it until I will definitely get the season 3 soundtrack, though. On the movie soundtrack. That will be coming sometime later on. Because I still got to get that one too, so. Well, that'll be it for this video.